Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen and friends. I see some of my friends here. Thank you for joining this webinar. Today we have Greece and Cyprus Permanent Residency Program webinar, and then I will also have a 10 minutes presentation on the property inspection trip. So that's what's different, makes it different this time. We're just not having a webinar about the permanent resident, but we also discuss about the property trip. So I'm doing the opening, and after that, the main presentation will be done by Barry Winter from Pafilia. It's a GREECE-CYPRUS residency permit, and then I will do the 10 minutes presentation and then follow up by Q&A and then closing. So let's start by introducing ourselves. This webinar is held under CASIA-BC, Central Asia and Southeast Asia Business Chamber. It's a Singapore headquartered commercial company that provides integrated business support for a community of students, aspiring entrepreneurs, startup businesses, SMEs, universities, and higher education institutions in CASIA regions. We aim to collaborate and sustainably grow businesses together by supporting the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals and applying environmental, social, and corporate governance strategies. And in the CASIA-BC, there are some business units, and LMV is the one who handles the immigration business. So LMV stands for La Mia Vita, it's my life in Italian. It's all about making the best out of our lives, how we use our resources to live the life that we want, be free to visit anywhere we like, do what we want, and contribute to society and humankind. So this is us. Rudy is the CEO of the CASIA-BC. He's Indonesian born, but Singaporean citizen. He's a serial entrepreneur, and he's ex-banker and has IT background. So I think he knows everything. My name is Georgina Mika. I'm the CEO, and I'm in charge for the LMV. I'm Indonesian, and I'm handling the immigration. And another partner of us is Tam Nguyen. She's Vietnamese living in Singapore. She will also be part of the LMV. So that's about us. And then about our main speaker today is Barry Winter. Barry is the director of Southeast Asia and UK from Pafilia. Pafilia is a property developer from Cyprus with 40 years of experience, founded in 1977. It is the market leader for the Cyprus citizenship and residency programs, and also has the property projects in Greece for the residency program. Barry joined Pafilia in April 2005 and is highly experienced in the sales and business development for Southeast Asia regions. Between 2011 and 2015, he was responsible for the sales and business development in China. From 2016, Barry has been responsible for business development in the Southeast Asian countries and UK. You know, because after Brexit, there are many British citizens who wants to have another permanent resident or citizenship in the EU countries. And this is our contact details. So after the presentation, feel free to contact us to who you have been referred to. Okay, so this is our contact details. All right, I will stop sharing, and Barry, let's get started.
Okay, thank you very much, Georgina. I'm just gonna share my screen with everybody. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. Hold on a second, I'm just going to make it larger. Okay, good afternoon, everybody, and thank you again, Georgina, for arranging the webinar. As always, we're endeavour to give you as much information as we can. Okay, about Cyprus and about Greece. So let's make a start. Georgina's already introduced me, but as she said, I'm responsible for the business development and sales for Southeast Asia region and the UK. I've been in Asia now for over 6 years, okay, and we are attracting many Asian clients to Cyprus and to Greece, okay, mainly for the investment, okay, of the property in conjunction with their permanent residency, which obviously once somebody has a permanent residency, it allows them to live here, okay, and have the benefits of Cyprus and Greece as any other Greek or Cypriot resident would have. Okay, so again, we will make all these clear to you as we go through the presentation. For those of you who are not sure where Cyprus is, because obviously when we do enter a new market, it's some people are unsure of the locations. So Cyprus is the closest European country actually to Asia. It's set in the east of the Mediterranean, very accessible. Okay, we fly, there's daily flights from Cyprus to Dubai and Dubai down to Indonesia, down to Singapore, in Bangkok, Malaysia, okay, Vietnam. Okay, so it's very easy to get here. Okay, from Asia, there's obviously going to be one stopover. Okay, and like I said, personally, I use Dubai. Okay, but you can use Doha as well. You can use Abu Dhabi. There are other options, but you leave Asia roughly midnight or around midnight-ish. Okay, late evening, and you can arrive in Cyprus the next morning around 10 to 11 o'clock. Cyprus, you know, why Cyprus? People ask us. It's a Mediterranean country. Okay, it gives you security and safety. Okay, it's a full member of the European Union. It has the euro currency. It has a brilliant education system. And most of our clients who take the option of the permanent residency, they will come here with their children and want to put their children in the education. It's a UK curriculum here that they use. It's one of the lowest crime rates in the world, and it's actually the 5th safest country in the world, okay, to live. So there's many reasons, you know, why people are coming here. No inheritance tax, okay, is a big advantage as well. And also you can take advantage of the overall taxation policy here in Cyprus, which is the business tax or the personal tax. You know, they're actually the best, one of the best tax regimes in the European Union. Obviously, we can go into those details you know, more specifically on individual cases. And obviously, you know, we can answer the questions at the end and more about the taxation. But as a general overview, taxation is a big pull for Cyprus as well. Now, as a company, for me personally, I invested in Cyprus many years ago. Okay, so I'm an investor. I'm an international investor here in Cyprus, you know, as well. It's always good. You need to know who you're investing with. Okay, make sure the company is credible. Make sure a company has a good future. Now, as Pafilia, okay, as Georgina said, I've been with Pafilia for over 17 years now. We were established as a company in 1977, so the company is over 45 years of history. And we have a good future in front of us as well. We have many new developments coming online. We have all the services available for a client. Okay, so not only about the buying of the property, but it's about the services we have as well. We have a global presence. Okay, as you can see here, my office is for Southeast Asia is in Ho Chi Minh. Okay, so we cover the whole of the Southeast Asian region from that office. We also have 3 offices in China now. We have Athens, Obviously, Paphos is where our head office is, and Limassol. We have an office in Moscow. We have representation, okay, all over the world as well. So these offices are here to help our partners, help our clients, okay, so that we're more have more time, and we have our staff there that are fully trained in all of these offices to help the clients with their purchase and the process of residency as well. Now, as I mentioned, it's not just about buying the property that you get with Pafilia, okay, it's about the added services. For me, the most important thing is probably our property management and rentals department, the blue-orange company within the group. So it means that whether you're living in Cyprus, whether you're going to be overseas and not living here and just having an investment property here, then we can manage and maintain the property for you. So you have a choice of the services. It's like ordering from an a la carte menu. If you want us to clean your property once a day, we can. If you want it once a year, we can. Okay, so then there's a lot of other services there as well: gardening, swimming pool maintenance. So you know, these are services that are optional for you to use. And again, the resales and our My Move company within the group, you know, as an investor, I've already done it myself. I've already sold property, I've rented property as well, but I've also sold. Okay, so as an investor, we all want to resell at some point in the future. And in Cyprus now, you have to have a license. You have to be a licensed real estate company to resell property. My Move is this, so we have a license for My Move within the Pafilia group, so we can help you resell the properties as well. We also have the in-house legal team, which can help you with your permanent residency applications, financials, wealth management department, and we have the leisure and lifestyle resort of Mintis. Okay, so we have the full spectrum of services and facilities that any investor would need. Okay, just to show you how important the management and maintenance is, and why I mention that is because a project like you see here on the screen now, this is a central project in the center of Paphos. Okay, this project was finished over 12 years ago. This is a recent photo earlier this year. Okay, and it just shows you how well maintained the project is. Okay, and Pafilia and the blue-orange company within our group, okay, manage and maintain this project. So it helps you when you want to resell your project, your property in the future. The new buyer will see this and see, wow, what a fantastic project. You know, it's kept its values. Okay, there are a lot of developments across the world, not just in Cyprus, which are left and run down and not managed and maintained correctly. Managing and maintaining projects, okay, and properties is what secures that investment and keeps that investment high for the investor. Obviously, we also need to know, let me try and get rid of this. We also need to know about the rights of the property owner. Okay, so here we have in Cyprus, every property is a freehold property. So you own the asset. Okay, it is your asset forever. There's no leasehold with us. So basically, you own that asset and you can sell it whenever you want in the future. Okay, foreigners, and again, I mention this because I know there are a lot of countries across the world where foreigners are not allowed to be 100% shareholder or 100% owner of the land. Okay, here in Cyprus, all foreigners are legally allowed to own land. Okay, so you would own the land, you would own the property, so it's 100% your asset. Pafilia as a company, we have projects currently on the market. We have over 40 projects scattered across the island. On the west coast of the island, you can see here, just highlight, we have the island here in the central area, okay, center of the screen, and we have Limassol in the central south area, and we have Paphos in the west. So this southwest corner of the island is where Pafilia have their projects, and it's the most popular location for foreign investors. So there's an array of choice within the company, but also within each project, there is also an array of choice of different property designs, which we'll explain as we go through. And as I mentioned, Pafilia can do your permanent residency application for you. Yeah, we're officially approved by the government. Okay, so our legal team can help you with that. So we're a one-stop shop for you on that respect. So just I know Georgina's mentioned the immigration. Obviously, Georgina can give you all information regarding the immigration programs and compare them. But just a quick overview. You'll see here we have Cyprus, Portugal, Greece, and Spain. To be honest, these are the four most popular programs in Europe. Cyprus this year is stepping up again another level. It seems to be more and more popular after the COVID situation. One of the main reasons for this is it's a single application program. So basically, you make one application, you get the approval, and you have it for life. You never have to renew it. Okay, and it's the same for all of your family. It's a 3-generation program, one-time application, as I said. Okay, so which is attractive for most of our clients. It saves you having to every couple of years have to go through a process of renewing, which other programs like Spain, like Portugal, you have to do this. Also, Cyprus is a permanent residency. The others are all temporary residency because you have to keep renewing. Greece is the second most favorable program at the moment in Europe. It's a semi-permanent, I would say, because you do get residency immediately and it's for 5 years. So you only have to renew it after 5 years. So it's not, like the others where you have to do it after two years and then 3 years and then 5 years. So it's a one-time renewal after a 5-year period. So again, these are all fairly quick programs, though, anything between 2 and 8 months to get a residency permit. But bearing in mind, Cyprus is the only true permanent residency where it's a one-time application. As a company, okay, we have a range of projects. As I've mentioned, we have the premium range, which is what I'm going to show you first. The premium range is a combination of our Neo project, Minthis, and One. Okay, that's better. So what we have here, our main location, as I said to you, is Paphos. So we're going to focus on the Paphos project for the Minthis range. Minthis is a golf resort. Okay, it's a golf and residential resort actually. It's been designed by some of the best architects in the world, Woods Bagot, Atkins. Okay, the design of the properties are very contemporary, very modern, as you see here. We have 3 ranges up here at Minthis. We have the residence, which are the large villas. Okay, these are built to order. So a client would choose the design. We currently have around 15 different designs. They would choose the plot of land they want the villa built on. So you choose your views. And then we would build that villa for you. We also have a project range called villas. Okay, villas are pre-designed villas under construction now. Some are very close to being finished. So you may only have to wait a few months for a villa to be ready. Then they have the suites. The suites, we have 2 ranges of suites. We have a Zusa suite, which is under construction now and available to sell. And we have the suites, which are sold, which is the first phase. Okay, these are apartments, 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartments, and these are available for rental. So we will rent this as as hotel services section of the resort. Okay, so there's actually no hotel at the resort, but it has all the services that you would expect to get at the resort. So we have the village center here, okay, wellness center. We have the village center with the bars, restaurants, shops, and we have the first phase of suites here to the right. The clubhouse is already been open for many, many years. The golf course has been open for many years. They're actually the oldest golf course in Cyprus, and Pafilia have recently spent millions of euros on upgrading and renovating the actual golf course itself. The suites, as I said, you could come, stay and play now. You can come and stay at the suites as though you were checking into a hotel. So all the facilities are there. Okay, and this is ideal for any owners of the suites who want to get a rental return on their property. Okay, it means that we can get a substantial return over the year for our investors. The social square, this is actually going to be opening later this year. Okay, so these are a few CGIs, but we are well underway. It's almost finished. We have a soft opening coming in August, and then full opening in September this year. Okay, so we're all excited about that. and that's for the central village area. This is for the spa area as well. This will be fully online in August this year as well. Okay, all the facilities, sports grounds, tennis academy. Okay, we're having a pavilion there as well for the academy. We have fitness trails, we have mountain biking areas, we have adventure trails, we have play areas for children. So, you know, it's a fully extensive resort, okay, that we have there in Paphos, at Mintis Resort. Now, we're also going to look at in Paphos region a few of the projects that you can may want to spend less money and get your permanent residency first before upgrading to Mintis later. The Grove is one of those projects in Paphos. We have townhouses and villas here, ranging from 340,000 euros plus the VAT. It's a beautiful project. It's completed, a lovely centralized swimming pool and gardens. So anybody visiting on the trip that Georgina is going to highlight later, you'll be able to view and go into these properties. Obviously, as a developer, some of our properties are under construction. Some of them are completed, like the one we're seeing now. Some of them are completely off plan. Okay, so the options and choices are there for our clients. Now, Domus is one of those projects, again, within the price range of the residency. You know, again, another finished project. Okay, townhouses and apartments here on this one. So you'll see the previous project was houses and villas. This project is townhouses and apartments. So all of our projects vary. Okay, they have different options within the projects for you. Okay, so lots of options to choose from. We have Coral Vista for somebody wanting to maybe come and live permanently, want their own residency, with their own individual and detached property on their own plot of land, okay, with their own personal swimming pool. Then something like Coral Vista would be ideal, ranging from 400,000 euros. Again, because it's a villa, we would build this for you. Okay, it would take approximately 16 to 18 months for completion of the villa. Konya Park is another example, a small project we've recently launched, been very successful. It's only been launched 3, maybe 4 months, and we've already sold half of the project. So it's 8 villas on this project and only 4 now remaining. Again, these are being built to order. So, you know, it's under construction. So when you come to Cyprus, you will be able to see the location, you'll be able to walk on the plots, you'll be able to see the views, okay, and then obviously choose the design you want, because we have, even though we have 8 villas here, we actually have 6 different designs of villa at this project. Okay, so which is another trend for Pafilia. We like to give our clients the options and different types of options. And then for those people who want to spend a little bit more, okay, and they want to go over the 1 million mark, okay, then obviously we have projects like Olia Residence here, which is in Paya, which is a region of Paphos. A lot of traditional style villa, this one with traditional stonework. Okay, so again, villas, as I mentioned earlier, would be built to order. And then we have Ava Plaza. This is a city centre location right in the heart of the city living area, the business CBD area of Paphos town. We have a combination here of apartments. There are shops and offices on this project as well, but the shops and offices were sold recently to a Vietnamese client who has bought the whole block. So not only some of our projects are not only being sold as individual properties, but you will be able to, for anybody who wants to invest in as a larger investment, we can sell the whole block of properties as well. So again, it's just making it flexible for our clients and having different options for our clients, because we all know that clients are different. They all want, everybody wants different investments. There's different reasons for investing. Okay, so as at Pafilia, we can cater for all needs. And this one is our latest project to be launched, literally 2 weeks ago. Okay, I took this to a UK exhibition and we launched it there. It's called Beachside Villas in Argaka, which is in the Paphos region again. Again, we have about 10 different villa designs at this project. Okay, very more traditional styles to fit in with the landscape and the environment in the southwest of Cyprus. So again, because this has only just been launched, it means that you have a full range of over 20 villas to choose from. So again, if you're coming to Cyprus on the trip, we can take you to the location you can see the location, you can see what we built there previously, okay, and then you can actually make the choice of villa that suits your requirements. And with Cyprus, we, and I'm sure George, we will mention it later with Georgina's presentation about the permanent residency. Cyprus has two options of permanent residency. Over 300,000 investment gets you the fast track program. Under 300,000 investment means you can still get the residency, but it takes slightly longer, about 18 months. So we just wanted to show you that Pafilia do have the cheaper range as well. Okay, the lower value properties starting here at 160,000 euros for a 2-bedroom townhouse or a 2-bedroom apartment, completed project. And this one is in Polis. Okay, on this project we have a gymnasium, we have the sauna, steam rooms. Okay, so we have we have 3 centralized swimming pools on the resort as well. Okay, so it's a completed project, nice neighborhood, walking distance to all the amenities, the bars, restaurants, shops, beaches. So again, there's different options available. I think today is all about showing you the different options, showing you that we are flexible, okay, and showing you that you have choices. You're not just stuck with one development, okay, that you have to invest in. Okay, there are multiple of investment options available for you. Again, Anarita, starting here at 170,000. The apartments, we have just finished selling the last apartment at this project a couple of weeks ago, so we only have townhouses available here now. But again, very close to Paphos, close to the international airport, so amenities, you know, in flexibility to transportation is very, very key here at this particular project. And then we have city centre projects as well. Currently, we have 2- and 3-bedroom apartments and townhouses in the city centre. You can see the quality here internally of this particular one, but it's called Pafilia Gardens. And you can see yourself here, there is some limited availability. Some of these have actually been reserved recently, but I know there's at least 6 of these properties still available. And you can see the range is starting here from 1,700 per square metre, 1,900 per square metre, and ranging up to like 2,700 per square metre. So there's different options available, as I said, but this is a beautiful project in the city centre. Ideal for somebody who maybe wants to rent. Okay, so you can rent the property out and get a rental return. Obviously, city centre properties are always good rental locations. And then we just follow on from Limassol. Limassol is the city in the centre of the island. Okay, we have a few projects here. The most sought after at the moment is probably the one, which is this tall tower you see on the screen. It's actually the tallest residential tower in Cyprus now. It's over 170 meters from the ground to the top. Okay, and we were the first developer in Cyprus to be granted a license to build such a tower. And you can see here, okay, the pictures of the tower. It's actually completed. It's actually open. We have people living in the project already. People have moved in. Okay, from the UK, from China, from Asia, from Americas, from Indonesia, from the Middle East. So from all over the world, it's a very international tower. Okay, so again, we're happy to show you. If it's something of choice, we can show you when you come over on the trip. And the quality and services here are second to none as well. When you're investing in our high-end properties, you're always going to expect high services as well. Okay, and obviously this project will give you the high-end services. And these are actual photos of the project now it is finished. Okay, so you can see the spa, the concierge area. We have secure parking as well underground. State-of-the-art gymnasium here for our clients as well. This is a few images of the internals of the villas. Okay, even though they're obviously everybody knows them as apartments, but technically, okay, for the project we call them sky villas. And you can see the quality here, okay, and it's all about floor to ceiling. It's all about the views, okay, glass balustrades all the way around, so it maximizes the views from no matter where you are within your property, okay. Then we go in Limassol as well. We obviously have a wide range of projects in Limassol, okay. We have villas, we have apartments, okay, so you know, all of these things are available. This is a villa at Uraya residence in Limassol. It's ranging from 2.5 million euros. Okay, you will notice, okay, when you come over and when our teams explain, okay, Limassol is more expensive city than Paphos. Okay, normally around 1/3, if not a little bit more expensive. It's a cosmopolitan city. It's a business capital of the island. Okay, a lot of big businesses are set up there as well, and international companies are set up their European branches in Limassol. So it attracts a lot of business people to that particular area. It has also good schools like Paphos. It has good international schools as well. Vetro is an example that we have built this Vetro project very close to the international schools in Limassol, and we have clients who have purchased on here and are coming over to live and to put their children in the international schools. We have one penthouse left on this project, so the top floor penthouse here, okay, is available, ranging it from 1.3 million euro. Brand new project we've recently launched is a villa project called Lana Villas, okay, in Limassol. Just close to the tourist area, not far, literally a 2-minute drive from all the international hotels, the Four Seasons, the Marriotts, the Crown Plazas. They're all within 2 minutes drive of this project. So again, we pick the best locations for our clients and to be building these type of projects. Okay, so it maximizes all the advantages and all the criteria that the clients would need or would want. But it also shows you that despite the pandemic, okay, despite the delays in material suppliers coming to us, Pafilia, as a large organization, have managed to continue constructing, okay, and continue, importantly, launching new projects. We have Vida Suites. Vida Suites is in the heart of Limassol again. We have actually just sold one 2 days ago here in Cyprus, where I met a client, and I was with the client from Vietnam, and they have just bought one of these apartments here in Vida Suites. It's in the center. Again, another reason is because they come in and bring in their children over, and they want to go to the international school, so they pick a central location. Okay, so again, Vida Suites is prime. It's going to be ready in February next year. Okay, so only a few months to wait for this one to be fully completed and available to live in. Arai, slightly out of town, this one, and not in the heart, but it gives you a more of a countryside feel. Okay, but there's a combination of apartments, townhouses, and villas at this project. And the apartments, luxury suites, we call them, are starting at 427,000 euros. Again, under construction, and will be finished in March next year. And just to finish off this section of the properties, just obviously giving you an idea of what we have. We also have the Athens project, which we've recently launched again, under construction now. Construction has started just before the summer, actually. So its ground clearance is underway. Obviously, because of the heat in Athens and in the Mediterranean, no construction happens during August for any developer. Okay, and then they will start again in September. Okay, but we have picked the centralized location for our Elisos suites. You can see it here on the screen, Elisos. It's literally, to give you an idea, it's halfway between the Riviera, Athens Riviera, and the old town of Athens where the Acropolis is. Okay, it's on the main central line of subway line, so it's easy to get into the old town. It's easy to get to the port of Paphos and the Riviera location. You'll see it here. So this is the view of the area where our project is. Our project is directly below this photo when this photo was taken. So it's a city centre location, as I said. Okay, but it's you can see you're so close to the sea and the Riviera area of Athens. The apartments that we have launched here are all 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. There are 56 units here. We actually only have 30 left. I think there might be 28, actually, not 30, 28 units left. So almost half of these have been sold already. Starting range here is 202,000 plus, normally plus VAT, but there's no VAT currently in Athens or in Greece as a whole. Okay, so that's the advantage of the investment into Greece at the moment. That when you do invest, there is no VAT. Okay, and that's a saving of 24%. Okay, this is due to stop at the end of this year. Okay, we don't know, the government may extend this incentive. They may say no, VAT now starts again. So for anybody looking to invest in Athens and in Greece, then it's now a good time is to invest, to make sure you take advantage of the VAT flexibility that the offer that the government are giving everybody. As I mentioned, the metro and subway lines are second to none. It's a new system in Athens, so very modern, very up to date. And our Elisos suites are situated here in Machato. Okay, this area is 4 stops from the central area and just 2 stops to the Piraeus port and 1 stop to the Riviera location. Okay, so very easily accessible around the city. And also, even from our project, you can take the subway on the blue line all the way to the international airport if you wanted to. At the project, we have 5 different apartment designs, all 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, as I said. Some of these are duplexes, so some are 2 levels, some are obviously single level. This is obviously a quick overview of the properties, but obviously as an individual inquiry, we will go through each of these individually with the prospective investor, so that we can find the best location on the project, okay, and also the best design for our client. You know, everything with us and the team there in Asia is based on a bespoke service for our client, basically. So we want to understand what the client wants so that we can advise them and the correct investment for them. And this is how it will look when it's finished. It's been designed by a well-known architect in Greece, okay, and the architect is renowned for designing boutique hotels. So we've incorporated him to design this, obviously an apartment block, okay, a freehold property block for our clients, but I'm sure you can see it's very like a hotel style. Just to finish on the properties, and everybody will ask us the same question: how much does it cost every year? Management fees, annual fees, what do we have to pay? So just to give you a quick overview, all projects will have a management fee. This will vary depending on the project, depending on the services on the project, okay? Then we would have a small municipality fee, so the local council fee, which is no more than 320. To give you an example, my property, okay, where I live, is actually only 190 euros, okay, per year. Okay, so, and then you have the medical insurance if you want. You don't have to have medical insurance because Cyprus now has the national healthcare system, okay, which is very similar to the UK. So as long as you're a resident here in Cyprus and have residency, you register with a doctor and you will have the same medical service as a Cypriot would have, okay? And then obviously from a property point of view, you would have to pay electricity, water and the property insurance every year. So in total, this comes to less than 1% of the property value. So if you're looking at a property of 300,000 euros to apply for the fast track scheme, then you're going to be looking at around 2,500 or under, okay, for the total cost per year to manage and maintain your property, okay? Now, again, just to finish the last section of my presentation, before we hand back to Georgina, is the market in general. All investors want to know, what's the market like, okay? Cyprus currently has a strong economy, okay? The economy is driven by service industries. You can see here on the screen, 85.5% of the GDP is from services. What we mean by that is banking and financial services. We mean IT services. We mean the hotel and tourism industry is a service industry. So this is where most of the GDP and the economy is driven from. So anybody looking to set up a business in Cyprus and in Greece, to be honest, will be looking at these industries, okay? To give you an idea of the real estate market, okay, you know, people say to us, where's the best place to invest? Why Cyprus? You know, what's happening with the market? We can see here, okay, we've seen an increase year on year, okay? Yes, 2020 was the COVID year and 2019 was pre-COVID, but pre-COVID was still fairly strong, okay? 2019, the prices and the properties were still rising, okay? 2020, obviously, we saw a dip because of COVID, even though from us as a company, and Cyprus, because Cyprus was the only country in Europe allowing people to apply permanent residency remotely without visiting, and obviously they could buy the properties remotely from us. We did see a continued movement of property during 2020. 2021, obviously everything started to come out of the restrictions, and things started happening, and travel started happening, people started visiting, so properties, obviously transactions started to rise again. And then in 2022, obviously we've seen a big boost again. So this gives you a clearer picture on this chart, as you can see what's been happening year on year up to 2019. Then we had the COVID year where it dipped, and then 2021 we come back, and believe me, in 2022 we are seeing more sales every month compared to previous years. You know, again, this gives you a clearer indication as well of how many sales contracts were deposited. Okay, so you can see yourself, Cyprus is a strong country for the immigration and property investments. Okay, so it's been strong for many years. Yes, it has its dips here and here, but overall, in the long term, property in Cyprus will always make you money. Okay, it's a sustained market here, and has been for many years. You know, I moved here in 2004. Okay, that was my first property investment here. You know, you will always make money on Cyprus, on properties in Cyprus. And this gives us an understanding as well. Paphos and Limassol, these are the #1 and #2 markets for foreign investors. Okay, over 57% of properties sold come from Paphos and Limassol, and that's where I showed you on the map where Pafilia have the majority of the projects. Again, you can see here, just to make things clearer for people, you can see, and this is from not from Pafilia, this is from the Land and Land Registry Office and PwC analysis. Okay, and you can see clearly that Limassol and Paphos are #1 and #2 compared to the other locations. Okay, even Nicosia, which is the capital city of the island, it's one of the lowest areas for foreign investors to invest. We all know in the property industry that normally capital cities are good investments. Believe me, in Cyprus, it's the opposite. Okay, even people who live in Nicosia, they invest in the coast, because Cyprus is a tourist location primarily. Okay, and a sunshine location for living. Okay, people want to be living near the coast. So when you think about, and you maybe want to think, oh yeah, let's invest in Nicosia, it's a capital city. Honestly, you have to think the opposite here than what you would in New York or London or Rome, or you know, or in Singapore. You have to think the opposite. Okay, so you look for the main locations around the coast, which are Limassol and Paphos. Okay, we can see what's happened here. You know, 2010 we had high prices. They did drop because of the not the pandemic, because of the financial crisis from 2008, and then it steadied off and leveled through the central period here. Since 2017, prices have been starting to increase again, and we are in an upward trend, as I said to you earlier. Rental yields on houses, you're around 2.5% returns. But on the apartments, you're going to be looking at around just under 5% on average. Some projects, depending on the project, depending on the facilities, like our Mintis Golf Resort project, we are achieving returns for clients between 6 and 7% at the moment. So again, everything is variable, but this just gives you an overview average. And not only have we got a good foreign investor market here, but we also have a good local market. So a lot of clients say to us, who do we resell to? How quickly can we sell our property? Well, to be honest with you, it's not just about selling to foreigners. When you want to resell, we can resell your property to a local person as well. The local market in Cyprus is very, very strong. Hence, selling properties in the future when you want to resell can be sold. These properties can be sold relatively quickly. Again, this is just general information for you, showing you that Paphos, okay, and the Polis area is the #1 location for all visitors to Cyprus. Okay, so this is from the tourist board, okay, SciStat. This shows us where when people get off that plane, where do they go? Paphos is the #1 location for this, okay? So again, if you're looking for investment, if you're looking for rentals, okay, on that investment, then obviously you need to invest where there are people, okay, and then obviously we can make sure we capitalize on these people visiting this location to give you the returns that you're expecting. So Paphos definitely the #1 location for the island, okay. So obviously that's a general overview, okay, from my side of the properties that we have. Obviously we can discuss, ask any questions, and also go into more depth about the permanent residency if you have, once Georgina's finished her presentation. So thank you very much, and I will hand you back to Georgina.
Okay, Barry, thank you. Thank you for the presentation. Okay,
Okay.
before the Q&A, let me have a short presentation about the trip. Okay, so here we go. So we plan to have a property inspection trip to Greece and Cyprus from 25th of August up to 2 of September. So it's totally, 9 days, 6 nights. Okay, correct. So in Cyprus, there will be 3 nights, all in Paphos. So you will not moving around, you know, with your suitcase, 1 day in Limassol, 1 day in Paphos. No. So 3 days will be in Paphos, and then 3 days will be in Athens. Actually, we plan to go to Athens first and then to Cyprus. And the trip, it's free for two packs, but should be in the family, cannot be you and your friend. No, I mean, you and your spouse or you and your son or daughter, that's possible. And then Pafilia will also cover the meals, especially lunch and dinner, because breakfast is related to the hotel. And then there will be property tours and also city tours, because you cannot just buy a property, or because especially if you don't know about the area like Cyprus, you also want to know about the surrounding, not just go from property to property, right? So you pay your own cost of airfares, international and also regional, because there's a regional flight from Athens to Larnaca, and also visa, travel insurance, and so on. So what's the requirement? This is the requirement, not from me, but from Pafilia, of course. So you need to join at least one of our webinar, and also have a one-on-one meeting with Pafilia online with Barry, because we want to know whether you're interested in Cyprus property or in Greece property, and also for the financial proof, because there will be like a deposit later on. If you're interested, then you have to be able to pay the deposit on site. So we need like a proof for your credit card limit, minimum 10,000 euros or a bank account. Oh, by the way, before I forgot, Barry told me that you can either join the Cyprus only, you know, Cyprus only or Greece only. You don't have to join both. Okay. So here's, because we have limited space, we don't want to take too many people at this moment, because it's still a COVID time and so on. So we have like an early bird. For 1 pax, it's only 295 euros for two destinations, and 2 pax for 495. And after 21st of June, 1 pax is 495 and 2 pax is 795. So please contact people who contact persons who refers you to this webinar, who inform you about this webinars. Okay. So I'm not going to elaborate too much about the details, but I will just say this the rundown in a brief. So day 0 is the day where we travel from our home countries to Athens. So we travel to Athens first, okay? So 25th August will be from home countries to Athens, and then arrive in 26th in Athens. So the estimated arrival time is around 12 p.m. So 12 noon. Okay, so if you have like a morning flight, that's okay. But if you have an evening flight, please fly 1 day before, because we need to standardize the pickup, and also then we can have lunch. So day two will be in Athens. We'll be visiting the property and meeting with the Pafilia, with the lawyer, and sightseeing the surrounding. This will be dynamics, you know, like, 10 a.m. to 12 a.m., 12 p.m. it's visiting the property, then 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. lunch. No, it will be more dynamic, and because some people might like to see the property a bit longer, some people might not. So we will see how the dynamics in the group going later. And day 3, Sunday 28th of August, we will check the property or meeting with the lawyer, or we can go sightseeing a little bit. And those of you, because you've been, you know, while you've already in Greece, you know, why only visit Athens, right? So I advise that if you want to have like an extension trip in Greece, please contact your travel agent and book like you know, have a extension trip for FIT, you know, so personal trip to Greece prior 25th. Okay, for Indonesia, I've already prepared like a optional trip for you. Then I will contact you next week, okay, after the webinar. So, okay, so in Cyprus, after we visit Greece, we will visit Cyprus. So we will arrive in Larnaca Airport, and then we will travel to Paphos. So these are 2 cities that Barry mentioned before, Paphos and Limassol, okay? But 3 days will be in Paphos. So day 4, we will fly from Athens to Larnaca. And this is with the local airlines. It's only like 1 hour, 35 minutes. And then with the bus or coach from Larnaca to Paphos, around 1 hour, 45 minutes to around 2 hours. So it will be visiting the office, Pafilia office in Mendes, and then have dinner there and so on. So day 5, that will be in Paphos and the surrounding Polis. Oh, hang on. Let me show you where Polis. Polis. Here, Polis is near Paphos. So we can go from Paphos to Polis. This is in one day trip. Okay. Pafilia has iconic that Barry mentioned before in Mendes property in Mendes Golf Resort, and we will have a lunch there, and then have a tour in the surrounding, and then visiting Polis, which is quite close from Paphos, because for the category F, the minimum 125,000 euro property, it will not be in Paphos, but it will be in Polis and the surrounding. So we will have dinner today. That day we will have dinner in Paphos in a traditional Cypriot food. Okay, so day 6 will be in Limassol all day. So from Paphos to Limassol around 1 hour, and then we check the property in Limassol and also have a tour in the surrounding, and then back to Paphos. Day 7, we go back to our home country. My suggestion, have the latest flight so you can maximize your day, you know, because maybe you have you want to go shopping in the morning and so on and so on. Okay, so that's all. Oh, hang on. Okay, so when it comes to visa, because Cyprus is not a Schengen area, Greece is Schengen, but Cyprus is not. So if we travel to Greece first, then we don't need to have a Cyprus visa. Okay, make sure you apply for a multiple entries Greece Schengen visa. I don't know in your country, but in Indonesia can be like 2 weeks, 3 weeks nowadays. Well, before it just 5 days before the pandemic. So I will update you if you're from Indonesia. If you're my contacts, then I will update you. Okay, so here's the special offer. If you're interested in this offer, you know, for either Cyprus or Greece, book a one-on-one online meeting with us, with Barry and me, and then Barry will show more details and talk more detail, discuss more detail about the properties. If let's say you're interested and you put down payment $10,000 prior your visit to Cyprus or Greece, and then you're entitled to have a free furniture package of minimum like 20,000 euros, and also get your air ticket refunded. Okay, so the this is offer up to 31st of July. Okay, so okay, this is the contact details. Here's our contact details. Just contact whoever who invite you to this webinar. Okay, I'll stop sharing. I will start with the Q&A session. Please you know, you can just put in the chat box here, or you can just ask very directly. Anybody has questions? Hello, anybody have questions? Okay, Barry, can you
Okay, yeah.
so if someone wants to go to Cyprus alone, or sorry, okay, Vincent Chong, kindly elaborate on the PR scheme in Cyprus.
Okay, thanks for your question, Vincent. Okay, so basically there are 2 ways to apply for permanent residency in Cyprus. The fast track program, which is the most common, this is the criteria is that you have to invest in a property which with a minimum value of 300,000 euro, okay, and above.
Barry, can you show the slide?
Yes, a different presentation. Let me find it. Two seconds.
Yeah. Anybody who wants to ask question, you can just ask directly, you know, because that's why we set the webinar in Zoom meeting, not webinar, because with the webinar you can only chat and you cannot show your face on the camera and so on. So with the Zoom meeting, you're able to have like a more you know, casual interaction and ask directly to the presenter.
Okay, let me show you. I've just got this is actually quite a good little quick guide. Okay, so basically, hopefully everybody can see that. Can you see that, Georgina?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, for Cyprus, we have two options. As I said, the first option is that it's a €300,000 minimum investment, and it has to be a new build home or apartment. So it's from the primary market. Okay. Now, the application time, okay, takes between 2 and 6 months. So it's what they call the fast track program. And as I mentioned earlier, its validity is for life. So it's a one-time application. Now, the main applicant of this application needs to be able to prove €30,000 plus 5,000 for each dependent of earnings for the previous year before making the application. Now, the application is applicable for the main applicant, spouse, any dependent children up to 25 that are in full-time education, and the parents and parents-in-law and the in-laws, okay, from both sides of the family. So it's a 3-generation program. Now, there's no residency required, okay? There's actually no interview required, no residency required, no medical required, okay? The only thing that they ask is once you've had the approval, is that you visit Cyprus one time every 2 years. Okay, so this is the fast track program. Criteria is very simple. Okay, as long as you can afford the investment, you and your family would get the permanent residency. Okay, now the second option, okay, for this is what we call permanent residency category F. This is the regular route. This has been in place for many, many years. Okay, here though, okay, you can rent and own a property. Okay, minimum investment for the owning, okay, of a property is going to be around 125 to 150,000. That is what they request. So basically, anything under 300,000 euros, you can still get a permanent residency, but it will take longer. This one will take between 12 and 18 months to apply for, but it's only available to the main applicant and spouse and children up to 18. So all adult children and the in-laws and the grandparents cannot be part of this application. Okay, it's there's no residency required. If you don't want to come and stay, you don't have to. Okay, once it's been approved, you need to enter Cyprus for within the first year to collect the card, and then visit Cyprus, same as the other one time every 2 years. Okay, so again, it's purely about the investment value for you and how many people are going to be in the application. Okay, so there is, like I say, there's 2 different options, but again, we can obviously discuss on a case-to-case basis whichever option suits you. Hope that answers your question.
My question is about the proof of the annual income. How do I prove it if I'm already a retiree?
Okay, if you're already retired, you're going to have income from pensions. Maybe you might have your investments where you have income coming in. So again, on a case-to-case basis, with us and the lawyers, we would look at your case and tell you exactly what is needed.
Thank you very much. The one before, the fast track, can I go back to the slide? Yeah. Okay, it says here that remitted from abroad. What do you mean by that? Do you mean I have to remit money?
It means from outside of Cyprus. So as long as your income is not generated within Cyprus, so your income needs to be proven from overseas.
But I don't even have an account in Cyprus. How do I remit the money to Cyprus? Do I have to remit the money to Cyprus?
Yeah,
okay.
That section is for the annual income. Okay, so you've got to prove that you've had money to your bank accounts in Singapore or Malaysia or wherever you are. Okay. So that's not for the Cyprus section. So as long as you can prove your income by remittance or bank statements, so they can see that you've had this money come in the last year.
Okay, understand. Thank you very much.
And obviously, remember both of these options, either fast track or the regular route. These are one-time applications. So once it's been approved, your family has it forever.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Any more questions? Anybody?
Yes, this one. Okay, from Pa Andre, this is which is a better investment, Greece or Cyprus, in relation to the golden visa or the residency permit? And the second, hang on. Oh, and the second question is, when is anticipated that Cyprus will join Schengen visa country?
Okay, first, let's do the second question first, because it's the easier one. Okay, so basically, Cyprus applied in 2019 for the full membership of Schengen. Okay, but because of COVID, it got delayed. It should have had the approval at the end of 2021. Okay, but that was obviously delayed, as I said, for COVID. We're expecting the approval by the end of this year. That is what we are being told by all the authorities. So because of COVID and all the restrictions and a year and a half, 2 years, it's been delayed. So, but it has to happen. It will happen. Okay, it's part of the constitution of the European Union that Cyprus actually is a full member of Schengen. So we're a full member of Europe. We have the European currency. We're actually the 17th member of the European Union. Okay, so we've been in Europe a long time. Okay, but we just haven't got the freedom of travel for the from the Schengen point of view, because obviously Schengen is just a travel visa group of countries. Okay, but that should come later this year. Okay, now the first question. Okay, which is better? Again, this is, you know, open for interpretation depending on the client's requirements. You know, if you're looking to bring children to Europe for education and for a lifestyle, then I would say Cyprus is the better option. Okay, we have the schools, the international schools. We have the American schools with American curriculum. We have the schools doing the English curriculum. You know, over 50% of students in Cyprus at the moment are foreigners, so it shows us that the schooling system in Cyprus is very good. If you're going to go to Greece, if you wanted Greece, I would say is more for somebody who has no intention of living. They just want an investment and they want a visa to allow them to travel easily through Europe. Okay, you know, the Greece education is good, but primarily it is in Greek, whereas everything in Cyprus is in English. Okay, Cyprus is an easier country to live in because of the English language is spoken. So, you know, it's, you know, it's up to the individual. We can explain both, but it depends on the individual case and why you want to invest and why you want the visas. Okay, but like I said, from a living aspect, Cyprus, from an investment aspect, okay, then I would say Greece.
Okay, any other questions? Does it help, Pa Andre, to have any other questions? And Greece has will have a 5 years renewal, right? So yeah, the visa will be renewed every 5 years. And both Greece and Cyprus, you can do business in Greece and Cyprus, but you cannot work. You cannot be employed.
Yeah, that's the current situation. Okay, with the programs, that you cannot be an employee, but you can have your own business. You can be 100% shareholder of your business. You can take dividends from your business. Okay, so yeah, at the moment, but that is likely to be changing in Cyprus by the end of the year. There are some new requirements coming in, and Cyprus will start allowing people to do to be employed. So, which we will obviously update you as we go through.
Oh, I think that's nice, because some people already, you know, ask me, is it possible? There is some other options for the working, okay, but this will come later. And we're just waiting for, there's a lot of suggestions are being put into Parliament, and we're waiting for Parliament to approve the new regime, okay? But at the moment, the old one is as it is, and we will update you later with the new one. Okay, I can see Andre's question. Yes, basically, once you have the permanent residency of Cyprus, when Cyprus joins Schengen fully later, okay, it will automatically give you the right to travel to the other Schengen countries. Yeah, but at this moment, for maybe Barry, you can elaborate a little bit. At this moment, while Cyprus is not yet a Schengen country, so how is it, to get, if someone, I mean, it's different, if like us, like from Indonesia here, if you want to go to Schengen countries, then we have, now it's like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, crazy. But let's say if already got this Cyprus, let's say, residency permit, then how do you travel to, will it be easier to travel to the Schengen country?
Okay, if at the moment, if you visit, what we have done with all of our clients so far that have come over here, they've got the permanent residency, and as soon as they get the permanent residency, the lawyer here will apply for a Schengen visa for them. They will get a 1-year Schengen visa, and then after the year, they will get a 5-year Schengen visa, okay, just in case they need it. But basically, the Schengen visas, when you apply for them in Cyprus, when you're here, it will be 2 or 3 days and you'll have the visa approval.
Yeah, so basically there's no, because with the current situation, we don't know, right, when the processing time will be back like the normal days, like 5 days before, right? Now it's crazy, 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Okay, this is a Schengen situation, and the reason is because of all the migrants, okay, because of so many people trying to get into these countries. Schengen is actually not a good thing, okay, personally, because countries are not protected, because once you have a Schengen visa, with the open border policy of the 25 countries, it means you can travel without being checked. And Schengen, the actual Schengen organization are looking at this. So this is why they're now being very careful, and they take longer to make an approval for any visa applications.
So basically, with Cyprus not being in the Schengen area, that there is like an advantage, right? With the
advantage because we know,
migrants.
We know who's coming into the countries. We control who's coming into the countries, and if we don't want somebody in, the government won't approve. So it's a safer environment. You only got to look back at the things that happened in France with the bombings, and all these other countries, in Belgium recently. The terrorists were going from country to country without any checks. It was easy for them. So this is why Schengen is not necessarily a good thing from a point of view of security and safety for your families. And that's obviously my opinion.
Okay, so, any questions?
We got Vincent's asked another question here. Elaborate on the Greece visa. Okay. The Greece PR, Vincent, is a minimum investment of €250,000. Okay. It's a visa for 5 years. And after 5 years, you need to apply again and make the reapplication. It's the same process basically as Cyprus. It's available for the main applicant, spouse, children up to 24, as long as they're in education. And it's also available for the grandparents from both sides. The one difference between Greece and Cyprus is that when we make the application for Greece, we do not need a clean criminal record certificate from your home country. Whereas Cyprus, you do need that. From Greece, you don't need it. So it's a little bit quicker because obviously most home countries, Vietnam, for instance, to get a clean criminal record certificate, it takes around 3 to 4 weeks. But
whoa, really?
It takes, every country is different, but so what it means is if the Greece application can be done a little bit quicker for you, because we're not waiting for documentation.
Here in Indonesia is fast, and we have a fast track. You don't even need to go to the police station.
Okay.
3 days.
And also,
2 days.
You don't need to prove income for the application of Greece. Okay, that's the other difference as well.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Anybody wants to ask questions related to the trip? For example, Barry, if someone wants to go only Cyprus or only Greece, will they follow like the 3 days, 3 days, or you have other options, especially for Cyprus?
Normally, we have our 3-day programs are there for people wanting to go to these individual countries. You know, if you're only interested in Cyprus, then great, just come to Cyprus. You know, if you're only interested in Greece, don't waste your time by looking at these other places. So, you know, if you're unsure and you want to see both, then obviously take the combination which Georgina has set up.
Okay. All right. So anybody wants to ask questions? Oh, Barry, I forgot. Someone asked, you know, related to the tax in Cyprus, the property tax. Is it 5%, right? 5% for the first property and 19 for the second?
Yeah, the VAT in Cyprus, as I mentioned earlier, firstly, the
because
VAT
in Greece it's 24%, you know.
Yeah, in Greece it's 24%, but it's suspended until the end of this year.
Yeah.
Okay. But
so
in
you
Cyprus,
don't have to pay the VAT.
Yeah, Cyprus standard VAT is 19%, but the first property you purchase, if you're using it for your personal usage or family and friends to use, okay, whether you live in it full time or whether you leave it empty, makes no difference. You can pay 5% VAT. If though you choose to rent your property or you buy more than one property, the second, third, fourth property and the first property, if you're renting it, you would need to pay 19%.
Okay, so that means you have to decide from the beginning whether you want to rent your property or not in order to get the correct tax applied.
And that's why it's important for us to have our one-on-one consultations for the clients to understand each client requirement so that we can advise them correctly. Okay, now, obviously, you know, what I would say is that most clients would buy the property, they do the 5% first, and then maybe later they change their mind and want to start renting it, then the process can be changed. The lawyer can make the adjustment, okay?
Okay, so I guess no more questions. All right, so thank you, Barry, for the presentation and for your time. And thank you everyone for joining this webinar. If let's say you have further questions, especially for those who joined this webinar a bit late, then just contact the person who invited you.
Mika, sorry. We just received a direct message here from Dabi. There's a last question before you close.
Yeah, okay.
So let me just copy this to the maybe.
No, just read it. Read it, Rudy. Just read it.
Yeah. So is it possible to get citizenship after PR? So I think is the question for probably both Cyprus and Greece.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, is the answer. Quick answer. Okay. With both programs. Okay. You, as long as you live in the country, okay, Greece or Cyprus for over a 7-year period. After the 7th year, you are eligible to apply for citizenship. Okay. And both countries have the same policy. So yes, you can, but you must prove residency in that country before the application.
There's one, Mr. Mohammed here is raising hand. Mr. Mohammed, do you have any question?
Yeah, and in regard, thanks for giving me the opportunity to talk. And I'm just wondering if we can just get it direct, why we should have a permanent residency before even applying to the citizen, since we are going to buy some of the, you know, the real estate over there, or this opportunity, it should give me the direct chance. Not that I have to be a PR, then I'm getting to process for the citizen. What's your response to that?
Sorry, you say, can you repeat that question?
Okay, sir. I'm saying instead of having PR and we are really going to have a buy for real estate, either apartment or building or whatever you may call,
Yeah.
Why we just can't have it directly instead of having PR at the first stage?
So you mean you don't want PR? Is that what you're saying?
No, I did not say that. Let me rephrase it. Instead of having the real estate, so I'm going to buy a real estate over there, right?
Yeah.
So now it's in Turkish now. If you had any property over there, you just get it directly, the citizen. That's what I mean. Why they
Okay, no. Okay, I understand. Okay, yeah, okay. In both countries and in Europe in general, now there is no citizenship programs anymore. Or if anybody wants to apply for citizenship, they have to go through the route of the permanent residency. Cyprus did have a citizenship program a few years ago, but that was suspended. It's the same with Malta. Okay, but now all of these citizenship programs that were in place in Europe have now been suspended, and you have to apply residency first and then apply citizenship.
Okay, I hope this is it's quite clear now, but all right. So in regard of the renting and those, so after this meeting, can we just, because I just joined it lately, can we have the presentation so I can just go through the things and at least I can catch more the info that I missed?
Yeah, of course you can. Just send your details or to Rudy or Georgina, and then we can send you the email with the presentation. That's no problem.
Yes, we have all your details, and we will send you the copy, the recording of the presentation as well, and also the webinar.
Thanks, Barry, and thanks, Mickey. I hope I can just we can close in our future very soon.
Yeah, for sure. Where are you from? May I know?
I'm from Yemen.
Oh, okay, nice. All right. You have further questions, Mohammed?
Well, thanks. That's it for the time being, and really thank you for bringing this up and having this quite interesting meeting, and just like feeding us with this such an important info. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Mohammed, Mohammed, if you or even anybody else listening, if you want a one-on-one meeting so we can just discuss specifics on your case, then obviously we can arrange. Okay.
Well, I'm looking forward for that. Thanks, Barry.
Okay.
Okay, so Rudy, is there any more questions? No?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, okay. So, okay, thank you everyone for joining this webinar. Thank you, Barry, for this your time to present all the details of Greece and Cyprus. And everyone, we will send you email after this with all the presentations and also link to the copy of the webinar. Okay.
Lovely. Have a good weekend,
Right.
everybody.
If you want to ask about the trip, please just contact me or Rudy or Tom. Okay.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Have a great day, guys.
Have a great day, everyone. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.